Okay guys, how are you? It's been a few days. Okay, I want to show you a few things. Alright, what am I going to do with Anaheim chilies, peppers, onion, cilantro, hamburger meat, tomatoes diced, and tomatoes diced, extra wide egg noodles. I'll tell you when we get back. Hold on. Okay guys, what I've got done now is I halved the pound of hamburger because I don't need a whole pound of hamburger in my chili and in my soup because you know, I'm not feeding all my kids anymore with it or anything. So I have that hamburger boiling, and I wanted to show you I use these bouillons. They're inexpensive and they're very good. They're concentrated, so you just need a couple cubes. I want to tell you, when you're using the beef, and I learned this from a chef that used to work at Wolfgang Puck's in, I can't remember if he's in Beverly Hills or Brentwood, wherever. Anyway, she said always use a little bit of the chicken because the beef is kind of bitter. And she said, so whenever you're using a beef, also use at least a cube of the chicken, and it kind of, it just blends out to where it's a really nice flavor. And so that's what I've done for years. So I'm going to put a couple of cubes into the soup, and then I'm going to use one of the chicken, and it's the Knorr. So I'm going to get that going. So while the meat is boiling, I will cut up my vegetables. And to the hamburger soup, I just use onion, usually celery. Don't have that, so I'm just going to use the Anaheim chilies, onion, and later I'll put cilantro, the beef and chicken bouillon, and a can of tomatoes. And I let that cook for about 2 hours on simmer. Once the meat's cooked, I let it simmer for a couple hours. And then in a separate pan, you'll see that I put in the white egg noodles. The reason you don't want to put your noodles into the actual mixture of the soup is it'll thicken it. And it's awful. It's awful. It's not like a soup. It just becomes almost gummy. So don't ever put your noodles into your actual broth. Cook them separately and then add them about a half hour before you're going to eat it. And then you can salt and pepper. Okay, I'll be back in a couple seconds. Okay, I've got my meat that's going to go into the hamburger soup. It is at a rapid boil, which you want. It's almost done, and I have to add the onion, and I'm going to cut up some garlic, and then I will add some pink Himalayan salt, which I love, and where is it? I love this rainbow peppercorns with the grinder. Put that in there. And if anyone knows me at all, they know I love red chili pepper. Love this stuff, especially on my spaghetti. So I'm gonna let this keep boiling. One thing you want is you want your hamburger really cooked well, because when they put that through the grinder, you want to make sure that everything is cooked, because you just never know. You know, if the grinder's been cleaned really good. I know I sound like I'm a fanatic, but like I said, I worked with a girl that worked with Wolfgang Puck, and she gave me a lot of really good advice. And I've always kept to what she's told me, and she's never stirred me wrong. No pun intended. So we'll let that keep boiling. And oh, you know what I wanted to show you? I don't know how many of you ever have had a Pampered Chef party. And no, I'm not a distributor, but I have had parties. I'll come back and get you in a minute. I just had to get this thing. I'm bringing you back over, so Sorry about that. Let's see. Okay. This is the coolest. I don't think I've shown you before. I don't remember. I don't think I have. Anyway, it's for garlic. So I'm going to move this. And I just want to show you how this works. Okay. I use a lot of garlic when I cook. And I hate peeling the garlic. That's one thing I hate. Or cutting it up. So, this, watch. You put the garlic clove in. Pull my sleeves up. And then you just, I should really do it on the counter, but that's okay. Look at that. It's completely peeled. Okay, so I'm going to do that to the rest of these real quick. I tried to put more than one in and it doesn't work as well. So I just do one at a time. There it is, completely peeled. I think you can even go online and order this stuff. I don't think you even have to have a party. I'm not sure. I had one years ago. It's been a long time. Never fails. Always works. Okay, and then I'll show you how this other little doodad works. Boop. Done. Alright, there's that. So, you just clean out the skin from the garlic. Come on. Okay. Pop that in. And another thing I do is I always have, where is it so you can see it? Where is it? I always have sudsy hot water so you can just throw your stuff in there as you're getting done with whatever you're using. Okay. So, here's, oh, I wanted to show you this. Okay, so you put the garlic, do you see, into each side of this. Put this on. Now watch this. It's so cool. Twist it. Look at all the garlic that's been sliced. Can you see that? I'll do the other two so you can see. And I haven't had to do anything, really. And there you go. Into the hot water. That's that. Let me get my other knife. While we're talking, the hamburger is still boiling. I'm going to cut up this onion. Move my garlic. Actually, let's put some garlic into that soup. Okay. Alright, I'm going to cut this. I told you I was going to have this cut. That's okay. I can talk to you while I'm cutting it. Why not? Oh, dropped it. That's okay. Put it in the trash. When I did this kitchen, I redid it when we moved in. Well, not right away. It took me time to save my money, but I made sure that my trash was right next to my cutting so I could just swoop it right in instead of having to carry it across anywhere, so that was cool. And then I also put Lazy Susans where they would roll out for my spices. And then there was another, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Well, I'm in the kitchen, I guess that's why. There was a tall cupboard, and all that they put in it was like their brooms and stuff. And so I had that made into another pantry, per se, with drawers that pulled out. So I have two pantries. I just couldn't understand why you would not, you know, make use of that long cupboard. I mean, just to put mops and brooms in? No way. I need the storage. I'm just cutting up all these onions now, and then I'll divide them into what I need them for. I hope this isn't a bad cold that's coming on. I really thought I was going to escape all of this, you know, the flu and cold and all that. And I hope it's just a little. And then I'll cut the, I really don't have to cut this up too much because this is just going into the salsa, and I put that into the blender. So I'm not even going to mess with that because that goes in the blender. I'm not going to, well, I better cut the jalapeno for the chili. For the salsa, I don't need to. And again, yes, I use the seeds. A lot of people take them out. I don't. Actually, I could have put all this into the blender, but then it might blend it too much. Wow, look at that. It's a hot mess, isn't it? Okay. And then here's the bell pepper that was frozen. Absolutely perfect. Another thing she taught me is with bell peppers, whether it be green or red, it's harder to cut with the skin side, so you should turn them over. Because look at the difference. It's very easy to cut when you're cutting that side. It's another tip that she gave me when I worked with her. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut up the rest of this. The rest of the Anaheim chilies. And get that, and I'll show you the soup after I get everything in it. I'm going to put these tomatoes in now. Bring you over to that. Make sure you can see. So right now I've just got the Hamburger and the, you can't see it that good. I gotta put you up a little bit, hold on. Yeah, there. The Hamburger and the bouillon. So now, and I'm not taking the skins off, nothing, I'm just putting them in. Okay, that's just a little added tomato in there. Put some onion, bell pepper, and open up the can of tomatoes, and it's the petite diced whole tomatoes, not tomato sauce. You don't get tomato sauce. You don't want spaghetti sauce. Well, not that you get spaghetti sauce with all that water, but it wouldn't be the same. So, okay. And then I'm going to add that Anaheim chili. And Anaheim chili is probably closer to a bell pepper, the taste of it. It's not quite as hot as like a jalapeno or, oh shoot, what's the other one? Sriracha chili. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook. Keep in mind the pasta's, you know, when you're done, the noodles are going to be in with the broth after the noodles are cooked first, not put in there raw, because why? It'll get thick. You don't want to do that. So I will be back in a minute. Alright, now I've got everything going with my soup. I've got Anaheim chili, tomatoes, petite tomatoes, red bell pepper, onion, chicken bouillon, beef bouillon, and Hamburger, and water. So that's cooking. I'm going to let that cook probably another half hour, 45 minutes. So while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and let's see, bring it back over here. It's on a tripod, so I'm hoping I'm not quite as jumpy. All right, so now the crock pot, I have some hamburger meat. I'm going to turn that on to high, put my onion, Anaheim chili, jalapeno, regular onions, and garlic, and let that cook. And when that gets browned, then I'll add my beans, and I'll bring you back to that. Okay, guys. Now for my chili, I have chili in the crock pot. Chili in the crock pot. Oh, Davida. Try it again. I've got hamburger in my crock pot. I'm going to let that cook. As that's getting brown, I'll add my onion, Anaheim chili, garlic, and some jalapeno and red bell pepper. Then what I use is I use black beans, garbanzo beans, and there's a salad I'm going to show you. I probably, when the weather gets a little bit warmer, you're going to love it. Love it. Kidney beans, the black, and did I eat pinto beans? Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh well. Usually I add pinto beans. I'll see if I have any in there. If I don't, it's no big deal. You still have 3 different kinds of beans. So I'll add those into it once I'm done. Some diced tomatoes, because I like diced tomatoes in mine. And yeah, so once that gets cooking, then I will be back to show you. Okay guys, here the meat is cooked, and I've got the jalapenos, the red bell pepper, onion, kidney beans. I'm going to add all the beans into it now, and then I will add cumin, salt, pepper, coriander, chili powder, and all of that will go into the chili. So once I get everything incorporated into this, I'll come back and show you. Okay, I have everything now into my chili. Let me get my spoon. I added a pack of dried chili mix, and I put some cilantro. It'll all cook down. So this will take about 3 hours. And I added a little bit of salsa, because I didn't have enough tomato for my liking, and I also am putting some tomato paste into some water, and I'll also add that. So that's the chili, and when it's all done, I will plate it and show you. So stick around, I'll be back. Here's the chili, guys. I told you I'd show you when I was done. Once that cheese starts to melt into that hot chili, oh my gosh, that is going to be one party in my mouth. So I hope you give it a try, and I will be back. I'm going to make my homemade potato cheese soup for you. So stay tuned for that one. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye. Okay, guys, here is the hamburger soup. Here's some of your jalapeno, your tomato, your onion, broth, hamburger, noodles. There you go. I hope you'll give this a try. I really do think you'll like it. And if you do, leave a comment below. Okay, guys, you take care.